Fresh dramatic clips of Dwight Howard and Lance Stephenson at a Big 3 game have emerged, and it's nothing short of shocking. What triggered this mayhem, and why are fans speculating it could shake the foundation of the entire Big 3 league? How about all the details? Let's dive in. The intense clash that stunned basketball enthusiasts around the globe. What was anticipated to be an ordinary Big 3 showdown on June 14, 2025, at Allstate Arena took a wild turn. As soon as Dwight Howard and Lance Stephenson stepped onto the court for their debuts, chaos ensued. Within moments, they were trading punches in front of the audience, and the videos rapidly went viral. This footage, now reaching millions on multiple platforms, captures an unprecedented scene in professional basketball, an unrestrained clash between two experienced players channeling their NBA fierceness into the 3-on-3 setting. To grasp the significance of this event, we must explore the background of the individuals involved and the journey that brought them to this intense showdown. Dwight Howard, a 39-year-old who is poised for the Hall of Fame, stepped onto the court with the legacy of an 18-year NBA tenure that featured 8 All-Star appearances, 3 Defensive Player of the Year honors, and a championship victory with the Lakers in 2020. On this significant occasion, Howard, a renowned NBA champion, met Lance Stephenson, who is celebrated for his aggressive defense and flamboyant presence on the court, contributing to the anticipation of what was already touted as one of the weekend's most thrilling matchups. Opposing him was Lance Stephenson, a 34-year-old guard whose basketball journey has been marked by his unpredictable intensity and knack for unsettling rivals. Often referred to as born ready, Stephenson carved out a niche as one of the league's most polarizing figures, notably remembered for his 2014 playoff showdown with LeBron James, particularly the surreal incident of blowing in James' ear during a dead ball. The Big 3 league, created by Ice Cube and Jeff Quadnetz, has consistently branded itself as a more aggressive, high-energy alternative to conventional basketball. Renowned for its toughness and fierce competition, the league often permits greater freedom and player interactions than the NBA, nurturing a raw, spirited approach to the game that occasionally veers into spectacle territory. This atmosphere set the stage for the unfolding drama between Howard and Stephenson as the match between Howard's LA Riot and Stephenson's Miami 305 continued. Underlying tensions had been brewing, further ignited by the already fiery atmosphere characterized by hard fouls and verbal exchanges. In the early stages of the match, several key moments hinted at the turmoil that would unfold. The initial significant clash featured Stephenson and Jordan Crawford from LA Riot. Stephenson encountered Crawford, who struck his face, leading to a short scuffle that ended without any ejections. This incident established a precedent for the game, which only grew more intense and emotionally heated. Contributing to the escalating tensions was Michael Beasley, a teammate of Howard on the LA Riot, whose antics were becoming more and more inflammatory as the game progressed. Moreover, Michael Beasley, a fellow player with Howard on the LA Riot, was said to be provoking Stephenson's squad, intensifying the tension. Witnesses recounted Beasley's flamboyant posturing after scoring, fostering an environment ripe for conflict. However, it was during the critical moments late in the second half, as Miami 305 approached the pivotal score of 50, that the situation truly boiled over. In those final minutes, with Miami 305 closing in on victory, Howard and Stephenson found themselves in a heated altercation near the basket. What transpired next would be immortalized on video and shared extensively across social media channels. Reports indicate that the confrontation ignited when Stephenson appeared to gesture toward Howard's chest, potentially involving an elbow in a dead ball scenario. This seemingly trivial interaction acted as the catalyst for a reservoir of suppressed tension and competitive spirit that had accumulated during the game. Howard's reaction was swift and confrontational. He instinctively pushed Stephenson's arm aside, triggering an instant backlash. What initially appeared to be just a routine basketball maneuver swiftly transformed into a more severe confrontation as both players started trading insults. Their tones grew sharper, and their physical demeanor turned more aggressive. The pivotal moment arrived when a verbal clash escalated into a physical struggle as tensions flared between the two. Howard seized Stephenson in a headlock, prompting Stephenson to fight back, pulling Howard toward the baseline. Multiple camera angles caught this moment with striking clarity, revealing the fierce intensity and competitive spirit both players still embodied, despite being years past their NBA peak. What made this incident especially surprising was the rapidity with which it became chaotic. The altercation swiftly spread into the media zone and the seats along the sidelines, forcing fans to leap out of the way to evade the turmoil. The image of two elite athletes wrestling and crashing into the audience revived recollections of some of basketball's most troubled times, especially the notorious Malice at the Palace from 2004. The ensuing chaos was filmed from various perspectives, resulting in a wealth of clips that swiftly circulated on social media. Footage shared by platforms like Ballast Life, TMZ, and Hoops Central showcases Howard attempting to slam Stephenson, both players tumbling into the stands. The sight of these colossal athletes careening into the seating as security and staff hurriedly tried to restore order marked one of the most intense sports moments of 2025. Despite the frantic response of security and coaching personnel, the fallout had already occurred. Security personnel and coaching staff stepped in quickly, but not before the scuffle caught the attention of nearby fans and disrupted media equipment. The situation erupted into confusion, with numerous individuals attempting to break up the fighters while safeguarding those around them. The resolution was prompt and firm. Both athletes received ejections from the match, which was ultimately secured by a layup from ex-NBA player Mario Chalmers, leading to a Miami victory of 3-5-1, 5-0, 4-4. Despite the tumultuous finale that marred what should have been a festive introduction for both athletes, the game continued, though attention had undeniably shifted from the sport to the startling incident that had just taken place. Analyzing the stats, both athletes were performing well until the incident cut short their initial appearances. Stephenson topped the Miami scoreboard with 16 points, alongside 3 rebounds and an assist, while Howard added 10 points and 7 rebounds for LA right prior to their ejections. Although these achievements were commendable, they soon faded into the background amid the unfolding drama. As reports of the altercation circulated on social media, responses were swift and fervent. The blend of various camera perspectives, slow-motion highlights, and the fame of both players involved crafted an ideal scenario for viral sensation. The footage went viral, propelled by slow-motion replays and diverse camera angles that flooded platforms like X, accounts such as That Ballast Life, and at Yahoo Sports shared posts that sparked considerable interaction. What began as a sports incident rapidly grew into a trending discussion across various social media, as fans, commentators, and bystanders voiced their thoughts, views, and analyses of the event. The clip spread rapidly, with each platform offering distinct insights and narratives on the situation. To grasp the full scale and impact of this intense clash, we must explore the intricate backgrounds and personas of Dwight Howard and Lance Stephenson. They are not merely athletes involved in a brawl. Their stories run deeper. They stand out as two of the most contentious and divisive personalities in the NBA's recent past, each laden with years of history, acclaim, and unresolved tensions that ultimately came to a head on that famous 3-court in Chicago. The intricate figures behind the turmoil. First up is Dwight Howard, a player whose career embodies a remarkable blend of highs and lows. Born on December 8, 1985, in Atlanta, Georgia, Howard is a former NBA icon whose presence spanned 18 seasons, leaving a profound legacy in the world of basketball, celebrated for his exceptional athleticism. His evolution from a high school superstar to a 2025 Basketball Hall of Fame inductee narrates a tale of superiority, tenacity, and intricacy that few in the NBA can parallel. Howard's evolution from a lanky teenager to a legendary NBA center is truly remarkable. Once a slender 5-foot 10-point guard in the 8th grade, he underwent an astonishing growth spurt, nearly reaching 6'10" by high school. This exceptional physical advancement, coupled with his innate athleticism and relentless drive, laid the groundwork for one of the most formidable careers in NBA history. His accolades are impressive, showcasing a player who, at the height of his game, was nearly unstoppable. His achievements include being an NBA champion in 2020, an 8-time All-Star from 2007 to 2014, 8 All-NBA selections, 5 on the first team, 2 on the second team, and 1 on the third, 5 selections for the All-Defensive team, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year from 2009 to 2011, 5-time rebounding leader from 2008 to 2010 and 2012 to 2013, a 2-time blocks leader, and the slam dunk champion of 2008. Nevertheless, Howard's journey in the NBA has been heavily marred by disputes and drama, especially in regards to his interactions with teammates and coaches. His status as a teammate has frequently sparked debate throughout his basketball career. Various reports indicate his difficulty in forging harmonious relationships with those around him, fostering an image of being a contentious influence in the locker room. The most infamous of these disagreements was his rocky association with Kobe Bryant during his initial tenure with the Lakers. This period was characterized by reported friction, as Bryant openly criticized Howard's commitment and demeanor. The toxicity of this relationship reached such heights that it forced Howard to leave after a single season, despite the team's dreams of a championship. What stands out even more is the reaction from his teammates during his various trades. In 2017, when Howard moved from the Hawks to the Hornets, reports suggested that some Hawks players celebrated his exit, reflecting their relief. This response reveals much about the negative impact Howard had in the locker room at that stage of his career. His recent actions have continued to stir controversy, highlighted by multiple off-court incidents that have frequently drawn negative attention. In February 2023, Howard, competing for the Taoyuan Leopards in Taiwan's T1 League, was dismissed from a match against the Taiwan Beer Hero Bears due to an explosive incident. This event was labeled as the most significant altercation in the history of the T1 League, highlighting that Howard's penchant for conflict extended beyond his time in the NBA. Further complicating his already contentious image was a political blunder that made headlines worldwide. In May 2023, during a promotional video with Taiwan's vice president, William Lai, Howard ignited anger in China by labeling Taiwan a country. Although it may appear trivial, The sensitive geopolitical context surrounding Taiwan elevated this situation into a major controversy, adversely impacting Howard's standing in a key basketball market. Recently, Howard encountered significant legal troubles that, although eventually resolved, contributed to his already contentious image. In July 2023, Stephen Harper initiated a civil suit against Howard in Gwinnett County, Georgia, accusing him of sexual assault, battery, false imprisonment, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Despite Harper formally dropping the case with prejudice in August 2024, preventing him from reasserting those claims, and Howard's legal representative confirming no financial settlement was made to Harper, the lingering presence of such accusations continued to taint Howard's reputation. Now, let's shift our focus to Lance Stephenson, a player whose career has also been marked by its own controversies, albeit of a different variety. Lance Stephenson Jr., born on September 5, 1990, in Brooklyn, New York, this professional basketball player has enjoyed a decade-long career in the NBA, followed by experiences in international leagues and the Big 3. His journey showcases a mix of talent, perseverance, and an element of surprise. Renowned for his dynamic gameplay, captivating energy, and unforgettable moments, Stephenson made a distinct impact in the NBA, particularly with the Indiana Pacers. His formative years were characterized by both remarkable basketball achievements and serious legal issues that would forecast the ongoing controversies throughout his career. In October 2008, as a senior at Lincoln High School, he faced arrest for allegedly groping a 17-year-old classmate outside the school. This initial legal encounter was settled when he pleaded guilty to a charge of disorderly conduct, which enabled him to avoid jail time by opting for counseling and completing 3 days of community service. However, his legal challenges would continue. On August 15, 2010, shortly after being selected by the Indiana Pacers, Stephenson found himself in trouble with the law, facing charges of third-degree assault, menacing, and harassment for allegedly pushing his girlfriend, Jasmine Williams, down a staircase in Brooklyn. Although the charges were later dropped, this incident raised red flags about his behavior off the court and complicated the Pacers' efforts to reshape their team's public image. Nonetheless, it was Stephenson's on-court charisma that truly defined him, especially during his standout years with the Pacers. His most notable moment occurred during the 2014 Eastern Conference Finals, where he gained notoriety for his attempts to rattle LeBron James against the Miami Heat. During Game 5, he chose to blow into James' ear, a gesture that quickly spread online and faced significant backlash for its lack of professionalism. This wasn't merely an impulsive mistake. It was a deliberate tactic to rattle his rival. In Game 6, he executed a flagrant foul and made contact with James' face during a stoppage, heightening the animosity. These behaviors sparked a divided response among his teammates, with a few praising his intense competitiveness while others doubted if his actions were beneficial for the team's morale. Stephenson's contentious approach extended beyond just LeBron James. He engaged in numerous significant skirmishes over his career, notably a fierce rivalry with Dwayne Wade. Prior to the 2014 Eastern Conference Finals, Stephenson stirred controversy by commenting on Wade's knee problems, remarking, "D-Wade, his knee is pretty banged up, so I need to intensify my play and make him run, make that knee act up or something." These remarks were deemed unsportsmanlike, attracting reproach from various corners of the league. Perhaps the most revealing aspect of Stephenson's persona arose from an incident involving one of his own teammates. Just before the 2014 playoffs, Stephenson and Turner had a physical confrontation during a practice session at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. This incident, described as escalating over several weeks, showcased Stephenson's persistently combative demeanor and underscored the problematic chemistry within the Pacers. The backgrounds and character traits of these two players contributed to the explosive situation that unfolded on that significant court. Both Howard and Stephenson are known for their refusal to shy away from conflict, having built careers on challenging norms and pushing limits. Their clash seemed almost unavoidable, considering their mutual propensity for drama and their fierce competitiveness. The culture of the Big 3 leagues was pivotal in fostering the environment for this clash. The Big 3's hands-off stance regarding physical play and trash talk, as highlighted by Ice Cube in interviews, promotes a more fiery and unrestrained style of basketball. In contrast to the NBA's stringent regulations against such antics, the Big 3 embraces its fierce competitiveness, which can sometimes blur the lines between enthusiasm and disorder. The involvement of Michael Beasley and the rising tensions are crucial to understand. Beasley's alleged taunting of Stephenson's squad, characterized by powerful displays of celebration after scoring, likely intensified frustrations, making Howard the focal point of Stephenson's ire. This situation turned into a volatile mix where even the slightest event could ignite a significant outburst. The context of the game was pivotal in leading up to the conflict. The heightened stakes of the season's opening, paired with past clashes between Stephenson and Crawford, resulted in a charged environment. Each athlete was vying for their prominent showcase over 3 days, intensifying the need to excel and assert their presence in this fresh opportunity. For Howard, this was especially crucial as he aimed to demonstrate his capability to compete effectively at the age of 39. In the wake of the brawl, the distinct reactions of these two individuals to public conflict became evident. Stephenson, ever the provocateur, jumped onto social media almost instantly to justify his behavior and castigate Howard. Conversely, Howard opted for a quiet response in the heat of the moment, a choice revealing of his attitude toward controversy at this point in his career. As of June 19, 2025, Howard has remained mute about the incident, keeping his viewpoint shrouded in mystery. This lack of comment can be seen as a sign of wise discretion or as an implicit acknowledgement of wrongdoing, shaped by one's viewpoint. The disparity in their reactions underscores the essential variations in their character and public relations tactics. Stephenson is the kind of player who openly expresses his views, no matter what fallout might follow. Conversely, Howard has come to understand that discretion can be a wiser approach in contentious circumstances. When Dwight Howard and Lance Stephenson fell into the audience at the Allstate Arena, they inadvertently crafted one of the most viral sports incidents of 2025. Yet, the narrative of this altercation goes well beyond the mere confrontation. This serves as an intriguing exploration of how contemporary social media converts sports events into widespread cultural phenomena, the response of leagues to scandals in the digital landscape, and the implication for the future of basketball entertainment. The viral reach and its enduring effects on basketball culture. The rapidity with which this event disseminated across social media was truly remarkable. The brawl footage gained viral status almost instantly, with posts on X and snippets on YouTube amassing thousands of views and reactions. Within mere hours of the incident, various angles of the confrontation were circulating on all prominent social platforms, each offering a unique view of the mayhem that had transpired. The content's viral appeal was heightened by various elements that made it ideal for sharing on social networks. The footage's viral quality was boosted by slow-motion highlights and diverse camera perspectives, which spread extensively on platforms like X, with notable posts from accounts such as at Ballas Life and at Yahoo Sports receiving considerable interaction. These slow-motion captures, specifically, enabled viewers to dissect each phase of the altercation, from the initial clash to the eventual disengagement. The immediate public response was polarized, sparking the kind of fervent discussion that thrives on social media. Overall, public opinion was varied, showcasing both the entertainment factor and apprehensions regarding the incident. This split sparked a viral wave of content, with individuals sharing the footage to bolster their contrasting views on the incident. On one hand, enthusiasts relished the spectacle and entertainment value of the confrontation. Numerous posts on X humorously highlighted the basketball drama, spawning a flurry of memes related to the clash. Supporters viewed the brawl as a quintessential display of genuine, unrestrained competition that the Big 3 league aimed to showcase, contrasting it with the overly polished and regulated atmosphere of contemporary professional basketball. Notably intriguing was the public's response to Michael Beasley's actions during the dispute. Michael Beasley's relaxed stance during the brawl grabbed attention. As fans on X remarked, Beast just stepped back and let happen. His composed nature amidst the turmoil became a viral sensation, sparking a wave of memes and laughter. It seems the Big 3 has embraced a sort of trolling aspect within basketball that teeters on being disrespectful with its antics. Nevertheless, some viewers were not entertained. Concerns about fan safety arose as the altercation reached the audience, prompting calls for tighter regulation within the Big 3. These worries took on added significance in light of basketball's violent past. The infamous incident at Malice at the Palace in 2004 stands out, having left a lasting mark on the NBA. From a commercial standpoint, the altercation was evidently effective in capturing the league spotlight. The brawl has certainly amplified the Big 3's visibility, piquing interest in the upcoming 2025 season, which will host 8 new teams and feature a $1 million championship prize. The incident's viral reach attracted an audience that may not have engaged otherwise, potentially leading to sustained viewership and revenue increase. Nonetheless, this spotlight brought with it certain drawbacks. It raised issues related to preserving order and guaranteeing the safety of fans, particularly as the league seeks to enhance its image. A key obstacle for the Big 3 in the future will be to maintain the distinct edge and intensity that defines their games while preventing matches from spiraling into unruly fights that overshadow the actual play. This event also ignited wider conversations about the landscape of basketball entertainment and what audiences desire from their sports experiences. Some analyses view the incident as a blemish on Howard's legacy, considering his Hall of Fame status, while others interpreted it as Stephenson embracing his tough persona. These varied perspectives highlighted more profound inquiries into the significance of discord and dispute within the realm of sports entertainment. Drawing parallels with past basketball events was unavoidable and enlightening. In contrast to the universally denounced Malice at the Palace, which prompted major policy reforms, the altercation in the Big 3 elicited a more diverse array of responses. The allure of the Big 3 is rooted in providing ex-NBA stars a chance to prolong their playing days, frequently infused with a nostalgic, tough guy vibe. This backdrop clarified why the responses were less overwhelmingly unfavorable than they could have been under other circumstances. The repercussions of the incident transcended basketball, igniting broader conversations about masculinity, rivalry, and entertainment in American sports. Such events engage with the societal intrigue and raw athletic disputes, yet they also prompt discussions about how much leagues should exploit these scenarios. The altercation served as a Rorschach test, revealing diverse viewpoints on the essence of sports and the role of conflicts within competitive athletics. The global reaction to the incident stood out, especially considering Howard's recent issues overseas. At 39, his ongoing commitment to basketball reflects his deep love for the game, but his history of getting involved in controversies cast doubt on his capacity to compete without attracting drama, no matter the league or location. The future effects on the Big 3 league are yet to be determined, yet the event has already reshaped the narrative around the league. The viral impact of the altercation demonstrates the Big 3's knack for creating excitement, yet it also highlights the necessity for well-defined limits. The upcoming task will involve preserving the passion and unpredictability that set the league apart, while prioritizing basketball as the main attraction. This incident has also sparked discussions regarding the place of alternative basketball leagues in the overall sports scene. A significant shift towards disorder could disillusion fans who prioritize the integrity of competitive basketball over mere entertainment. Striking the right equilibrium between entertainment and athleticism will be vital for the Big 3's enduring success and reputation. In the future, the clash between Howard and Stephenson might stand out as a pivotal point for the Big 3 league, showcasing its allure alongside its hurdles. On the other hand, this event could lure in new audiences fascinated by its intense drama. The league's capacity to leverage this newfound attention while steering clear of comparable incidents will decide if this event propels growth or becomes a warning about the perils of valuing spectacle over sport. Furthermore, the mental effects on the two players will be essential to observe as the season unfolds. The Big 3's choice to forego suspensions is consistent with their brand image, yet may pave the way for more aggressive play, posing risks to both players and spectators. Observing how Howard and Stephenson respond to future skirmishes, and if they can redirect their intense rivalry toward the game instead of fights, will be critical narratives to watch. This incident underscored social media's ability to elevate singular events into worldwide discussions. In the past, this altercation may have been a mere anecdote in sports lore, primarily recalled by eyewitnesses. Fast forward to 2025, and thanks to various camera perspectives, immediate sharing options, and algorithmic content promotion, millions globally would witness and debate this clash within hours of its occurrence. Big cheers to Ice Cube on his recent birthday, even if it's a tad late. Props to the Big 3. Regardless of your feelings, whether you adore or dislike it, you tuned in. There's been plenty of excitement both on and off the court. The altercation between Dwight Howard and Lance Stephenson in the Big 3's season opener on June 14, 2025, turned into a compelling analysis of today's sports entertainment landscape, social media buzz, and the intricate tie between controversy and financial gain. The fiery clash grabbed the attention of the sports community thanks to its drama and celebrity presence. While the initial response was filled with turmoil and debate, the eventual repercussions might tilt more favorably than adversely, based on how the individuals involved navigate what comes next. The altercation has ignited conversations about athlete behavior, fan safety, and the league's identity that resonate well beyond the realm of basketball. As the season unfolds, the league must skillfully navigate these issues to foster growth, while safeguarding the spirit of competition that entices fans to attend events like this. The outcome of this challenge will influence whether the Howard-Stephenson clash is seen as a pivotal moment for the Big 3 or just another divisive incident in the lives of these polarizing athletes. What is certain is that in an era where visibility reigns supreme, Dwight Howard and Lance Stephenson managed to draw global attention, albeit through a method that was likely more volatile than either anticipated. The viral clips will surely keep surfacing, solidifying this instance of basketball turmoil as an enduring chapter in sports history and a notable piece of social media legacy. If you found this video entertaining, be sure to explore our other fantastic videos on the channel. We appreciate your viewership and look forward to seeing you again soon.